When you stop to think about it, there is no human being on earth that does not have an addiction. We all have an addiction. We're all addicted to our thoughts. And the truth of the matter is, your life will never change until you change your way of thinking. And while all of us are continuously thinking, they are telling us that probably 10,000 thoughts a minute go through our mind, which is beyond my pay grade to explain. Multiplied millions of thoughts in a single day. Yet when I stop and think about my thoughts, many of those thoughts are not even conscious within me. I don't even know what they are. I don't even think about them. They just pass right through. And then the Bible makes an astonishing statement in Psalms 139. It says, God has thoughts about you. That his thoughts about you are more than the sands of the seashore. Think about that. God is thinking about you. And so if he's thinking about you, what exactly does God think when he thinks about you? I know what some of you would probably say. He's probably looking at my stinking life, my sins, my failures, my shortcomings. Hey, we all have them. We've all been there. But that's not what God thinks. Because in Psalms 139, the Bible said, before the sperm met the egg and you were formed in your mother's womb, God knew you and wrote a book about your life. And it was the best book about your life that could possibly be written. It's about the highest life you can live. It's his thoughts of what your life ought to be. And he says, I want you to know what I think about you. In essence, he says, I want to reveal my thoughts to you. I want you to come spend time with me, and I'll tell you the life I designed you to live. I designed you for that life, and I designed that life for you. And the only reason we live an unfulfilled life is because we don't live the life he designed us for. We get up every day and we're dealing with all this stuff. Our lives are full of stuff. But sometimes you ought to just stop and think. On any given day, what is God thinking of me today? Can I just tell you, whatever those thoughts are, they're the highest thoughts possible. He can't have a bad thought about you. He just has good thoughts. He loves you more than you can possibly know. Over in the Old Testament, there's the story of David's sin with Bathsheba. A terrible sin, a terrible thing took place. Her husband was murdered on the front lines of the battle at David's direction. So he had blood on his hands. He'd committed adultery, he'd committed a sin. And then Nathan the prophet comes and confronts him. And Nathan gives him a choice. You want to be judged by man? Or do you want to be judged by God? And this was David's verdict. I want to be judged by God because God will be merciful to me. What a wise thing. Throw yourself on the mercy of God today. Whatever's going on, give it all to him. He loves you. He's thinking good thoughts about you today.